In a previous video, I showed you that you could take code, copy it, paste it, and just change your variables. I won't redeclare it. I'm not going to use int again. I'm not going to reserve a new memory space. But I can set x equals to 250 or 240, y equals 100, and I should get 2 snowflakes appearing on my screen. And I do. And I did that, and I can keep doing that to create more and more snowflakes. But that's not a really efficient way to do things. So I'm going to combine some simple math and a very special command in programming called a for loop. A for loop lets you count. So we're going to create 10 snowflakes. And when we're doing a for loop, you say for int I, so we're setting an integer, which is why I use I, it represents integer, equals 0. That's declaring our variable I as an integer. And while I is less than 10, we'll keep repeating this loop below this. So we'll say I plus plus. That simply increments I and typically we'll tab in and that will create 10 of these, but because I haven't changed my x or y variables, it won't appear to do anything because it will draw 10 on top of each other. It sort of looks a little thicker, but it really doesn't do anything there. So what we want to do is we want to make it move. So we can set x equal to x plus 25. And we may end up going off the screen here. I haven't counted to see how that'll work. Let's start initially. Let's put x initially at 10. That should let us get 10 on the screen. Let's take a quick look. Yep. So that puts those right next to each other. And that's okay, because what's happening here, and you'll notice we do get 10. When we're counting, we start with 0. And it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That gives us 10, but you don't count from 1 in programming, you count from 0. So it stops when I is equal to 10 because it's no longer less than 10. So if I were to change this number, we would get more. And if I was to change this number, it would change the placement. I could change this so it was going up and down instead by making y equal y plus 30. Or I could do both and put it on a diagonal. And both x and y will increment every time it goes into the loop. So you can see looping allows you to create a large number of snowflakes that will appear in different places by incrementing those variables. And that's much faster than having to copy and paste those variables.